Hello students, welcome to Veranda IAS. From the current affairs of science and technology, in this session, we are going to learn about Beresheet 2 mission. The learning objectives of this particular session will be to discuss the Beresheet 2 mission, then examine the Beresheet 2 mission in news. Further, we will discuss the key points of the Beresheet 2 mission, and then we will discuss some other missions to the moon. Let's first begin by introducing ourselves to the Beresheet 2 mission. It was a Space IL, an Israel Aerospace Limited Industries experiment of a tiny robotic lunar lander and a probe. Further, its goal included motivating young people and encouraging them to pursue professions in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and as well as landing a magnetometer, a time capsule, and a laser retro reflector on the moon. So overall, what it is a special and Israel Aerospace Industries experiment of a tiny robotic lunar that has to be sent on the moon. So it will be including lunar lander and a probe. Now further, the objectives, or we can say specifically why this project. So this project is there to motivate young people and then to encourage them to pursue the professions in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now this is what many of the governments do. So this is what is being done by the Israel's government also. As well as landing a magnetometer. These are the instruments that are included on this particular Beresheet 2 mission. So it includes a magnetometer, a time capsule, and a laser retro reflector on the moon. Further, Beresheet 2 is a private space project. So this is a private space project set to launch in 2024 with goal of landing a spacecraft on the moon. So again, this is significant because this will be another significant achievement because will be, as of now, only 4 countries have landed on the moon. So if they are landing, they will be the 5th one. So for moving ahead and finding out what was the Beresheet 2 mission in news. So on 9th December 2020, Israel has announced that Beresheet 2 project, which aims to place an unmanned ship on the moon by 2024. So by 2024, they want to place an unmanned ship on the moon. The mission would include an orbiter and then 2 landers. So orbiter to orbit and 2 landers that will actually land on the surface of the moon. Now Israel's Beresheet probe has previously crash landed on the moon in April 2019. So there is actually no country as of now which has landed on the moon on the first instance, even including India. So further, what are the key points regarding the Beresheet 2 mission? Now the first important thing is it will be conducting experiments and gathering data on behalf of the school kids in the school kids is the goal. So basically to promote, as we have seen, it is there to promote the science and technology, engineering, mathematics amongst the young professionals. So these things actually begins by the school itself. So now if the school kids are involved, so it will be carrying out experiments for and gathering the data for the school kids. So they will be actually, we can say they will be more enthusiastic that the data is calculated from them and they can have a profession into them in the times to come. So it will entail the launch of 2 landing craft and an orbiter that will spend years circling the moon. So it will spend around a year circling around the moon, or we can say even orbiting around the moon, and then it, with the help of lander, it will try to land on the surface of the moon. Now further, the cost will be around US $100 million. So $100 million is a significant amount, so that cost it will be incurred, which will be raised through international partnerships and donations. So now we have seen, so that is one of the important points, the cost that is involved. Now after the United States of America, the former Soviet Union and China, Israel could become the 4th nation to land our spacecraft on the moon. That is what I told earlier also. But again, remember, no country has landed on the moon successfully on the first instance, including India. So if India lands before that, then India will be 4th country by 2024. If Israel lands or India is not able to land, then Israel will be the 4th country. But remember, these are the only countries which have landed successfully on moon yet. Now, what are the other missions to moon? Specifically here, we will be interested into the moon missions of India. So, Chandrayaan-3 is the name of India's upcoming moon mission. Okay. So, the mission that India is witnessing, or India is willing to have for the moon, is known as Chandrayaan-3. The launch of the Chandrayaan-3 was originally planned for late 2020 or early 2021. However, we all know that we are living in a COVID era, and the pandemic and the epidemic of these diseases has caused a disruptions in many sectors. So it has caused a delay over here also. It will be Chandrayaan-2 mission with a lander and a rover comparable to the Chandrayaan-2 without an orbiter. So it will again, like Chandrayaan-3 as Chandrayaan-2 has failed, so Chandrayaan-2 will be the logical name of it, but it will be without an orbiter. So it will be having only a lander and rover. Lander that will land it and rover that will move it from one place to another place. Okay. So now Chandrayaan-2 failed, ending India's hope of becoming the first country to successfully land on moon in its first attempt. So that's what repeatedly I have told you. No country in the world has been able to land on the moon in the first instance itself. Okay. So other missions in 2024, the United Arab Emirates will launch an unmanned spacecraft to moon. So as see, many other countries, like space itself has become a very domain where every country wants to invest some things or the other, and moon is obviously the natural satellite. So first of them, every country will try to reach on the moon. So it actually is like a technology demonstrator. So if a country is able to reach on the moon, that means that they have the technologies that are required for that. So it is basically going on the moon is just like a technological demonstrators for the countries. Then the National Aeronautics and the Space Administration's NASA, we all know, Artemis crewed space flight program aims to land the first woman and the next man on the moon by 2024, precisely in the lunar South Pole area. So this is another significant program where they are trying to reach to the moon. So you have United Arab Emirates in 2024, then NASA, Artemis crewed space flight program. It will be landing the first woman. Now that always is the question, like why women are not there. So we will have a first woman on the moon. So they are taking the man to the moon, and that is also planned around 2024, precisely in the South Pole area. Now to summarize what we have learned the Beresheet 2 mission. Then further, we learned Beresheet 2 mission in news, and then we studied the key points on the Beresheet 2 missions and some other missions to the moon, including that of the India, Chandrayaan-2, Chandrayaan-3, and then that of the United Arab Emirates and that of the NASA's Artemis space flight, where it will be taking woman to a moon in 2024. So with that, I hope you have understood this small topic of Beresheet 2 mission of Israel. That's it for this session. See you in another one. Thank you.